Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we're going to be talking about Sonja and should you rate up recruit for her if you haven't already. So I want to begin by saying that in my opinion for this season Sonja is one of the top heroes to go for in rate up recruitment, and now I'm going to back it up with the facts. So in my opinion the most important thing to consider when you're going for rate up recruitment is this hero going to help you in Dream Realm? Because Dream Realm is the game mode where you will earn temporal essences, and if you can get to like a higher ranking bracket, you can earn more of them on a daily basis for your account, and I really think that is the most limited and game-changing resource to improve the growth of your account. So if a hero is good for Dream Realm or can even upgrade some of your teams there and allow you to compete for a higher rank, then I think it is kind of almost a must-build hero. Anyway, let's talk about Sonja in Dream Realm. So I'm on my main account, and on this account I don't have, for example, Heroic built, and this is actually going to be a great example because now I'm going to be able to show you now after building Sonja how has she improved my teams. Now I'm going to show you my overall best team formations for all of the 8 different bosses. Snow Stomper, Sonja is being used, and in fact this Sonja team is almost competing with the Heroic team. The best Heroic team for Snow Stomper is only getting about 2 to 3 maybe billion damage higher with perfect RNG, and with like not great RNG this Sonja team is actually beating the Heroic team. So this is going to show you that not only is this a great option for non-Heroic users, it might even be the best option for Heroic users depending on the RNG. So this is an amazing showcase of Sonja's potential in Dream Realm, allowing you to get a higher score. So Snow Stomper is one of them. If we go down the line, we're going to look just at my overall best teams. However, there are some other teams we're going to talk about as well. So Lone Gaze. Sonja is also amazing in Lone Gaze, and basically if you don't have Heroic, again the second best option is this Sonja team. And again, this team is only going to do 3 to 4 billion damage less than the optimal like perfect RNG Heroic team. So this is again showing you that even if you don't have Heroic, you can compete for some of the top ranks by just building Sonja, which is amazing. And also the fact that Sonja has actually been used in some teams, like for example Snow Stomper, Lone Gaze, and getting so close of a score to the Heroic team, it actually weakens the need of you building Heroic, because Sonja can almost take the place basically in the next best team. And of course Sonja is much easier to build, being a radar recruitment hero compared to a Celestial Hypogean who you need 14 copies of. So that is amazing for Lone Gaze. If we carry on down here, we see King Croaker. She is also in not only the second best team, the overall best team for King Croaker, because in King Croaker Heroic cannot be used, so the overall best team is Sonja, and this is the overall best team with a plus 15 exclusive equipment for Estro, Illusion up front, and main in the back. So already we're going to see from my account, by building Sonja, I've gotten 3 new best teams for King Croaker, for Lone Gaze, and for Snow Stomper. And now the thing to keep in mind is that technically Sonja is only actually the best option in one of them, which is the King Croaker. The other 2, Heroic technically is a bit better, but like we said, it's such a small upgrade, and also it's so much easier to build a Sonja than to build a Heroic up to full investment. So already 3 teams have been upgraded, and actually there is more that I want to talk about right now. So we do not have it for Necro Draken, like for my best Necro Draken team, because if you don't have Heroic, then you're not going to be able to run the Sonja team. However, I'm going to show you a screenshot right now showing you the best Necro Draken team using Sonja and Heroic together, and getting the top score by over 4 billion compared to the next best Heroic team option. So Sonja is actually the best in Necro Draken, but I cannot take advantage of that because I don't have Heroic, for example. But apart from that, Sonja is used in basically a lot of the other bosses as well, in like maybe the top 5 team options. So then it isn't really as important, but just keep in mind she's the best for King Croaker, she's the second best for Snow Stomper, and by a really close margin, and she's the second best in Lone Gaze, and if you don't have Heroic, she is the best. So already 3 teams have been improved, and that is already good enough reason to build her. Like people were considering like Taylene at her best for endless bosses was used in 3 out of the 8 top Dream Realm boss teams, and people thought Taylene was a must build basically because she was using those bosses. Sonja has that basically status, being the top team for 1 and really close second best team for 2 of them, and if you don't have Heroic, she is the best. And if you have Harak, she's also the best in Necrodraken. So that is really amazing, right? Like, basically, her performance in Dream Realm Endless bosses has been incredible. And now you might be thinking, okay, what about pre-Endless? Because pre-Endless is a whole different story because the bosses have different levels of defenses. But we can actually even get a good idea of her performance in pre-Endless by taking a look at Titan Reaver. Because Titan Reaver basically has a defense distribution of pre-Endless bosses. And if we take a look at the top teams this week, it is using Sonja. Sonja as a buffer, and it is the overall best team. So again, Sonja is going to be good pre-Endless for bosses as well. So overall, Sonja is great in Endless bosses, like really good. Even actually, she's better than Talene right now. Talene is not using a single of the top 8 best teams, which is because Harak has dethroned her basically. And so Sonja has become much more meta than Talene is currently. In pre-Endless bosses, Talene will still be good, but Harak will also be good, and Sonja probably will also be good. So already you're going to see basically Sonja for Dream Realm is a huge upgrade. And then when we talk about the best Glyph Shade team for Guild Supremacy, Sonja is in that. In Battle Drill's best Lightbearer team, Sonja is in that to power up the Corn further. In PvP, this is the problem. Like, I have not had great results, honestly, with Sonja. For PvP, I've actually even updated my defenses to remove Sonja from the team, because the problem with her in PvP is without casting her ultimate, she doesn't have the permanent buffs provided to her allies from Crimson Covenant, number 1, and number 2, she doesn't get that damage reduction, which was basically the skill description issue that was going on. And even if she starts with 200 initial energy, it's still not enough to guarantee that she casts. She can die before that happens, Lily may can interrupt her. So that is the major issue with Sonja, casting her first ultimate. But if you can keep her, like, an idea is putting her on the Mauler buff tiles, then she's protected, she should be able to cast. Something like that can work, theoretically. But she has a bit of issues, basically, in Arena. And regular Arena, she's just not good at all, because regular Arena, you'd have even less survivability than Supreme Arena, and she's just going to be killed too quickly. So those are the problems with her in PvP. I thought that she was going to be way better in PvP than she actually was, and maybe, like, I didn't think she was going to be as good in Dream Realm as she actually is. But it's kind of like she has been dominating Dream Realm and just being, like, kind of lackluster in PvP. But overall, with all of that basically mentioned, I think the conclusion you guys can come to yourself as well. But Sonja is a must-build hero, in my opinion. If she is used in the top two of the overall top teams with Harak, and if you don't have Harak, she's using 3 of the top team options for you and competes really close with the Harak team, it's a no-brainer. You have to go for her, because also she is so much easier to invest into compared to Harak. And, like, let's say you have Sonja built, then you're going to have basically 2 teams, Lone Gaze and Snowstomper, where you can use her instead of Harak, and you're getting really close to the Harak score. And then Harak is actually only the best option in a couple other bosses, Skyclops and Necrodraken. And so Sonja cannot obviously, he's still the best there, and no one can compete with them. But only being used basically as the best option for 2 bosses, and, like, just kind of marginally better for the other 2 bosses, makes Harak more skippable by having the Sonja in place, basically. And so Sonja is a great hero, well-rounded. I think she's amazing. Now, the only question you might be thinking is, okay, if you have a choice between Tasi and Sonja, because in this season, I believe the 2 best heroes that have been released so far, maybe things will change with Bonnie and Hugin, but the 2 best so far are Sonja and Tasi. Now, Tasi has a different role. Tasi is more dominant in PvP. She's better in regular arena because she has the survivability. She's better in Supreme Arena, again, because she has the damage and the survivability. She is better, of course, in AFK stages. And we didn't even talk about Sonja in AFK stages. Sonja is good in AFK stages. However, she is nowhere near Tasi level. Basically, Sonja is basically just a buffer for the Tasi comp. Tasi is the bread and butter of that comp. Without Tasi, Sonja is basically useless in AFK stages. And so, yeah, that's just something to keep in mind. Tasi is the king of talent stages for this season, and I hope it will carry on to future seasons. That's the only thing you have to worry about. But Tasi is not helpful in Dream Realm, right? So if you are fully focused on Dream Realm, which some people will be, and you have to choose between Tasi and Sonja, it is Sonja instead of Tasi. However, the optimal thing for you guys is to have Tasi and Sonja both built. They're both great heroes. Tasi will help you in Supreme Arena, maybe even in regular arena, and she will help you for AFK stages, which are good. So both are really solid heroes, both are good. However, if you had to pick between the two of them and you were like trying to optimize for Dream Realm, I would say Sonja is the better one out of the two, which is pretty crazy. I didn't think, I thought it would be hard to actually be better than Tasi this season, but Sonja is. So overall, that is my opinion on Sonja, that you should be rate up recruiting for her before her banner ends, and even if you can't get enough copies to take her to Supreme Plus, get as many as you can and then put her on your wish list, and hopefully gradually over time you can get her. But she is one of the key heroes for this season along with Tasi. These are the two strong heroes this season. The other ones are kind of like, they're all pretty much passable. Sinbad seems interesting, but as of right now, there's no use for him, right? Practically no use for him, even in pre-endless bosses. So he needs something else to basically take him to the next level. But yeah. And so we're interested to see about Bonnie and Hugin. Let's see how they go. But for right now, these are the two top heroes of the season. But thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And you can let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you haven't recruited for Sonja yet, let me know if you will be recruiting for her or what your plan is. And if you have recruited for her, let me know how... If you feel satisfied after recruiting for her that she was a good decision. For me, definitely. She was one of the best heroes I've recruited for. Obviously, Lily May was the overall best, but she is one of the best. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now, and thank you for watching.